we seem to be experiencing a phenomenon that one can only describe as absolutely infuriating. Why do so many adult animated shows look like that? No matter what mainstream Hollywood or university film majors will try to tell you, animation is not just for kids. Now, I will give credit where credit is due. In the past 5 years, animation has become more respected in the industry, with movies coming out every year that are beautifully constructed for audiences of all ages. The Oscar nominations this year alone is absolutely stacked, with 2 of them, Wild Robot and Flow, movies about animals getting along that absolutely made me sob. And don't even get me started on the soundtracks. But if you're new here or coming back, make sure to subscribe to get more amazing hot takes like the Wild Robot is good.
Nice.
But in all seriousness, we've even got an exponential number of TV series that absolutely dominated streaming services made specifically for older audiences. Side note, imagine showing Smiling Friends to an 18th century Victorian child. That would be life-altering for them.
Ow. Hey, no biting. Hey, no biting. Okay? You want me to bite you?
But for years, shows like Rick and Morty and Bob's Burgers, or anything on Adult Swim, has been the only source of adult cartoons that we received. Unique shows that had different styles and themes that kept us coming back for more.
What are you doing?
Oh, hi, Louise.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Hello.
You're holding my stuff.
But with any boom in media where money can be made, people began to take advantage. Dozens of new adult cartoons began to flood our screens. From Mindy Kaling's terribly received Scooby-Doo to the Queen of England.
Hey, who'd you have to fuck to get a mimosa around here?
It started to overshadow the well-made shows that were crafted with care and used the medium of animation to its advantage, rather than a hurdle they had to get over. But through this, one question reared its ugly head. Why does adult animation look like that?
My pronouns are he, him, and z. I'm a heteronormative, cisgendered white male, for which I apologize.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
People began to notice every show fell into this same aesthetic. Most started to complain the shows were ugly, boring, and low effort. And I mean, can you really blame them?
Why are we still here?
Characters across different shows, networks, and creative teams morphed into one amalgamation of parts. A large head, beady eyes, and a generally simplified, goofy look. To general audiences, they all looked the same, and to fans of animation, most of them looked ugly. That's not to say some of these shows aren't great and have a large following, but with new adult cartoons releasing every year, we still see the same few unique shows like Smiling Friends, Family Guy, and South Park still placed on the top of every list. Of course, this fact didn't go unnoticed. Every producer and suit who runs the network forced every new show to be drawn in this style. The Family Guy, Rick and Morty aesthetic was mirrored in almost every cartoon that followed.
It's just repetition. You're using the rhythms of comedy with no punchline.
What do you know? The show was run for 27 seasons and you haven't had a single joke.
What about when I'm a victim of meaningless violence?
They believed if they could trick the fans of those popular shows to watch theirs, then it would lead to a trickle-down effect that would make theirs more profitable. I mean popular. On Reddit, which, take these comments with a grain of salt, there are many animators who respond in subreddits that work in the industry under executives who give the specific direction to draw in this style. This immediately deprives the show of any originality, and they become the dollar store version of their counterparts. To them, it's more marketable when placed next to their competitors. And I do understand the point that maybe this art style is so kids don't get confused and parents don't let them watch adult cartoons that are inappropriate.
Well, maybe I like that.
But I don't believe that's the real reason. I think more in this case that executives think goofy, weirdly drawn, disproportionate people are just generally funnier than normally drawn people or well-done character design. I don't know. But hey, trends of mimicry aren't anything new. Just look at anime, which has thousands of shows, where if you put two characters next to each other, you would never know which universe they were designed for. But unlike American adult cartoons, anime has a rich culture and a well thought out and executed story behind almost every show.
I'm having a hard time getting it in.
It's fine. I mean, this is your first time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Not to mention the absolute insane level of animation they can achieve when they work their animators to the bone until they turn into dust from lack of sleep. Obviously, I don't want any animator anywhere to have to go through that, but I think it's really disheartening to see years of dedication and work these creatives put into their art form only to be banished to the realm of copy and paste. But the reasons don't end there. Studios kept wanting more and more, faster and faster. When your animators are already running at 100, how do you possibly expect them to have the time to give 110? So that leads into this animation style that is considered so ugly because it's easier. Most of them have simple character rigs that can be quickly morphed into whatever story ChatGPT wrote that week. Even if it looks worse, 2D animation this way is quicker and cheaper. Not to mention that 90% of the humor in these shows is just unnecessary cursing and crude, weird fart jokes.
You sound like a fucking idiot.
At this point, it's most interesting to me that studios haven't realized that giving more time and freedom to animation leads to better results like Arcane, Dynamite, Boondocks, X-Men 97, Invincible, Harley Quinn, the list goes on. Shows that are loved and revered by everyone for their unique animation styles. And I'm not saying they're all perfect, but you can see the audience reaction is so much higher for shows that take more time and give more care to each episode. And creating on a cheaper budget isn't even impossible when you look at World of Gumball, Adventure Time, or Teen Titans Go, all shows technically made for younger audiences but have a massive adult following compared to adult-made cartoons like Brickleberry or The Prince.
I am here to destroy you in person.
Oh! It's not all downhill though. Look at Common Side Effects, a new Adult Swim animated thriller comedy about a mystery medicine that can cure any illness or disease threatened to be taken down by Big Pharma and the government. Originally, many people were put off by the character design. It was too simple or maybe ugly. It wasn't a highly animated show like Arcane or a mixed amalgamation of chaos like Smiling Friends. It was its own thing, and despite its simplicity, it has thrived. It has charm and allure that shows like Mr. Pickles or A Good Family, and every recent season of Family Guy has lost a long time ago. So look, at the end of the day, there will always be someone trying to make a quick buck off another success, and the current ugly and boring animation style in every adult cartoon is just the most recent one. However, don't let that discourage you from the medium. Animation is the most diverse and exploratory type of storytelling there is, and for every 5 bad shows, there's 5 amazing ones. You just have to know where to look. So let me know your thoughts on the current state of adult animation. What are some other reasons this style is used so frequently? And which one of these shows deserve less hate? Or more. But here's yet another reminder to subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.